Okay, this is Eve Kristoff with the Eve's Eden Show here on YouTube, and talking today about why older women are really best for mature men. Now, you can be a mature man, maybe you're only 38, and you've reached full maturity, but I was watching the Amber Heard Johnny Depp trials. I couldn't resist because I love Johnny Depp. Oh, I was so mad when I thought he was a woman abuser and he was my favorite actor. But what was fascinating to me is that, like, he was only like, what was he, like 45, and she's like 20. Or is the age difference is gigantic. He gets with this. He leaves his beautiful, mature wife and his children to be with this flashy model. And okay, he's entitled. I mean, he's had a long marriage and he's at his midlife crisis. Okay. But the thing is, she's immature. She's only a kid. She's just like 20-something years old. And so what does he expect? So when you hear the tapes of them arguing, he takes everything seriously. He's like pondering everything, and he's trying to be really true-hearted and realistic and good communicator. And what she's doing is she's playing with her power, which is what young people do, especially young women. Like, what can I get away with? How much attention can I get? Here she is. She's at the height of beauty, and she's making millions of dollars for her modeling. It's like, how far can I go with this? Like, does he love me? Can he prove his love to me by sacrificing? Like, it's just young people do these things where they're just trying to figure it out. What is love? What is power? What is my right? What is not? What is kindness? They're just in an adventure. And if she was with another young guy, he would take the whole thing lightly, like she does. Like, no, I just hit you. I wasn't really hitting you. I was having a tantrum. I wasn't really, you're such a baby to care about that. Well, young people can be like that, where they'll do the weirdest things, and then they forgive each other because both of them are so weird. Because they're both trying to figure out life, and they're so innocent about it. I don't know if she was that innocent or not, but I just know that it serves him right to have chosen such a young woman, because if you want maturity, you have to choose maturity. And the thing about older women is that they've been through the power dynamics, the power struggles, the questions about how do I love best, how do I like to be loved best, what is kindness. They've worked it through usually by having children, and come to some gratitude and humility and thankfulness, and it's just very hard to find that in young women. Some young women are born really mature and really amazing, givers. There are those, of course. But even a mature young woman for an older man is going to be in the stage of, like, I'm just discovering everything, and I'm going to do some wild, crazy things that will ruin his reputation, not because she wants to, because she doesn't know what the importance of reputation is when you've built a career over 20 years, little things like that. I remember destroying the men's reputations I was with clothes I would wear, and I'd be like, you can't control what I wear. I'm going to wear my stripper outfit to this dinner. Because that's who I am. I'm a gypsy, and you're trying to control me. But the older woman knows you can wear that gypsy wild thing whenever you want, but just not at the dinner for the new clients. Like, come on, let's respect the man's his life path. Let's bring power to the path, right? Let's be a giver, and then how to ask for your own power to be nourished and fed without throwing a tantrum that's throwing things at the wall. Because the young women are still finding their voices. They don't even know how to say it yet. Like, hey, the way you just spoke to me was so dismissive, and it really made me feel sad. They don't have that language yet, so they'll just throw something or they'll call him a name, So I'm just putting out the wisdom to you wisdom seekers, that go for older women, would you please? Like, they're all around you, and they're so neglected, and they're so much sexier than you can imagine, because they're freed up, and a lot of them don't even have their moon time anymore, and they're not worried about that, or maybe they're still menstruating, and want to have a kid again, and they would be the best moms. They would be the kind of mom that you would want for a kid. You know, this whole idea like, oh, of course I want a young nubile, that's what's sexy. Well, that's what's sexy to a teenager and a young man, but it really should be that an older woman is attractive to an older man. It really should, because I do believe, if you look at the bonobo monkeys, that we have all this DNA that shows we really come from bonobo monkeys way more than chimps. And they're like these super sexy monkeys, right? Like they solve everything with like group sex. But really, they all want the favor of the old grandma monkey, because she's done it with all of them. And she's the best at pleasuring all of them. And I'm not saying you should be polyamorous or be with old grandma monkeys. I'm just saying that in our DNA, us old grandmas knew how to make life really good, and still do. And you guys are missing out. You're missing out by continually fixating on young girls who want attention, who want a daddy, who want to be supported, who want money, who want you to give them a life. And then once they're in the life, they're going to be, I'm trapped. I don't have any freedom. You have all the power. All right, put me first before you go to your appointments, and take me to every appointment. And they'll just be like, they have no power of their own yet. They haven't figured that out. They haven't had time to go to college or develop a passion, you know, which is not their fault. It takes time for everybody to grow up and find themselves, you know, it just does. But come on, all you have to do is turn around to the women who've already done the work, and now reward them, would you? You're like, oh, they're just not sexy. No, you are bought and sold by pornography and fake women with their blown up lips and their blown up booties and their blown up boobs, and you have lost connection to the feminine. So come on, try to find real woman adoration, like her stretch marks. That is, she gave life. She's a life giver. Like her boobs in a different shape that's more natural. Would you please see from the monkey perspective? The monkeys, like, man, they're like, this is fun. Where's the fun? Who's more fun? Who's gonna love me like I've never been loved before? Like, it's all about me being loved. Who can I get to love and say, I've never loved anybody as much as I loved that woman? And you know it's real love, because it's not hooked in to her having to have, you know, perfect hard abs like a man. You actually love her as a woman for her softness, her jizziness. Okay, you get it? All right, good. This is Eve Christoph with the Eve's Eden Love Life show, and I'm just trying to help guide us back to the sacred feminine. Divine feminine's coming back to the planet, and she's starting to talk through crazy grannies like me. Okay, much love, darling.